comfortable.
Okay, we are good. So I'm glad you changed the dates because I took like a impromptu last minute trip to Khao Yai.
Do you usually go there? It looks really nice.
Yeah, I like to go to Sala Khao Yai. Like shout out
Okay.
Sala Khao Yai, just like one of the best.
Shout out.
Yeah, one of the best like pound for pound like escape into nature.
Is it like quiet?
It's so quiet. There's only like I think it's the low season, so a lot of their units are under refurbishment, renovation kind of. So it's so quiet. Like there's only like maybe 6 units right now, and when it's fully open, it's like 12.
Okay.
So
It's meant to be kind of like an exclusive, quiet kind of place.
very like it's a pool villa with a nice view. It's perched on like this hilltop, so it's like you get this bird eyes view of
Is
everything.
it hard to get there though?
Yeah, it's so to Khao Yai is about 2.5 hours, and to get to Sala is like another half an hour. Yeah,
Okay,
it's a
but
bit.
that's how you get the privacy and just.
Yeah, you
It's
got.
so weird hearing my voice.
How is that? How
I
is that?
hate it.
Yeah, I know, I know,
I
right?
fucking hate hearing
I
my
know.
voice.
You cursed
And I'm
once
already
already. Yeah, so Khao Yai is nice. Like I prefer it to Hua Hin. In a way, just because you're not in the city,
Yeah.
you are really in nature. Because Hua Hin is like a town, man.
But now I think it's like Hua Hin is the next best option if you don't go to Pattaya, I guess.
Oh, Pattaya is like
Yeah, it's
last
too many.
last resort. Like
I think this is like a hospital people where you don't want
Mm.
to go to loud places. You just want to like.
yeah, Pattaya is kind of like the COVID has kind of take the shine of Pattaya quite a bit because the nightlife is probably quite dead.
That.
You know, if it was alive, like I'll be like, okay, Pattaya, you know, we stay at Hilton, maybe go to Walking Street, go to one of the clubs on the Walking Street. Actually, it's pretty good. Have you been?
I haven't been to Pattaya since maybe I was like 10.
Ah.
I haven't been for a while.
Okay, PT, can you move the mic a little closer?
Alright.
Yeah, you can just.
Is this good?
Yeah, that is good. Yeah, so just so. Yeah, I gotta get the DJ voice in there.
Okay, is this good?
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Alright,
That's perfect actually. So you were talking about what vacation to? You were saying something.
What were we saying?
Something.
No, I was
Pattaya.
just saying that. Wait, what was I saying? Sorry, I lost. it.
You lost your thought about Pattaya. Yeah, Pattaya.
I haven't been there since I was 10. That's what I was saying.
You haven't been to Pattaya since you were.
Probably.
10.
Yeah.
That's too long, man.
Yes, 10.
Yeah, because there's like some hidden gems in Pattaya. Like you take a boat from Pattaya, half an hour from Pattaya, the main port. You get to this place called Koh Lan.
Oh yeah, okay. My colleague always talk about Koh Lan. So
Okay.
I know that is where you can go and it's like the beach is not trashy.
Yeah, the beach is actually pretty nice. Almost Phuket level, like almost. But like the infrastructure that sucks.
But that's like everywhere in Thailand.
No, but there is no 5-star hotels, man. You
Okay,
get
okay.
down,
Like a
you
bungalow?
it's one of those places where you pay 20 baht to use. No, not 20 baht. You pay 50 baht to use the toilet. Yeah, you pay to use the toilet because there is nowhere else.
That's
There
how
is
they
no.
make money.
Yeah,
in
that's how they make. And then you get like shitload of like sunbeds with like umbrellas, and then people coming to offer
Massage.
you. It's literally like Pattaya, but with nicer, with shittier infrastructure, but nicer. I don't know, nicer beach. Yeah, yeah. So maybe.
I will take anything that is not an office right now.
Okay, so how long has it been since you
Vacation. Actually,
took-
it's not
took-
that
took a
long
trip.
ago. It was during February when it was a bit more quiet.
February?
Yeah, but
Kind of.
it's recent. Yeah,
It's
not that
recent.
long
Where
time.
do you go?
I was home with my parents because I mean the
That's your
whole
vacation.
Yeah, that's so I spent time with them, but also we went to Phuket. That was
Okay.
fun. So much good food in Phuket.
Yeah,
Just
that's
like
a lot.
regular on the
Regular.
street. And when you go with your parents, they don't care where you want to go.
Yeah.
They get hungry and then they want to eat it in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, and then
After
you are
they
like.
say that. So
yeah.
it does. But actually, we were very lucky because the food was really good.
Yeah, and you are like supposed to be like the food guru as well. Like you work in like the the hospitality industry for like a long time. For
Now,
like
5 years.
I remember it like, cause
I think when we met, were you interning?
Yeah, I was interning. Like I was supposed to be there for like 2 weeks, but then it got cut short to 1 week. But then I think that was like your first
joined.
day.
Yes, I just joined. I remember.
And it's like 5 years later, you're still like
I'm
holding
still
down the fort. Like you are still got like changed location, like got into like the Asia's top 50, got the Michelin star, and you were there for everything that happened. It's quite surreal, in my opinion.
I would say it's like a restaurant. It builds a really intimate relationships.
Yeah.
Because you see people around you in the most, I don't know, ugly, good, bad, just frustrated. You see them, throughout the day in many, many situations. And you can't really say that even with some of your friends.
Yeah, You see a lot of good things, but you also see a lot of I wouldn't say fuck ups, but like mistakes, because there's nowhere to hide. There's nowhere to hide in the kitchen.
Exactly.
And kind of
you see how someone deals with
pressure and
pressure or mistakes, which happens all the time, but you just have to
deal with it, just
and
go
move on.
Just go with the flow, right? Like, wait, hold on, just go back to the topic on Phuket, man, about the food. It's so weird, right? Like when you go to like places like Phuket and like Ayutthaya, it's like there's so much good food. Like compared to Pattaya is like it's like touristy. Like there is actually no food culture there.
I guess I can't say, because like the food culture there, I remember when I was 10, I ate like roti.
Roti in Pattaya. You remember? It must be good.
I was young, and I remember just like playing around, eating rotis.
And
the trashy beach, just like trash everywhere.
Dude, if it was trash back then, it's it's even more. It's bad, man. It's so bad. I don't know. After the pandemic, it could have been better, but like pre-COVID, like right before COVID, was like the worst Pattaya ever. The beach was like, the water was like black, dude.
But that's like, it's sad that no one takes care. Because in a way, I feel like it's the OG beach destination.
It really is. Like I know.
Because it's near Bangkok, It's just kind of sad that a lot of things in Thailand are not like preserved.
Not preserved.
Better.
I know. Like just the beaches, like I don't know. Like the government doesn't do enough to preserve the beaches, and as well, the trash is everywhere, man. You take a boat out, you're in the middle of the ocean, and then you see like a can of Coca-Cola. There must be loads of that. Like, I mean, you're in the middle of the ocean, you see one, there must be millions. There must be millions. Like in the middle of nowhere, if you see one, it must be bad. Like, you know what I mean? And like, there's like oil spills and all that kind of stuff.
It's just sad because like it's not hard to put the two and two together.
Something is off in my camera today, which is fucked up.
Let me fix this.
Okay, I hope this is not going to ruin the podcast. Oh my god, please.
Life of a podcaster.
Please be okay. Otherwise, we are screwed. Okay, be good. Yeah, so
this is what working in a restaurant is like. Fuck ups like this.
Yeah,
you just have to roll.
It's like it's never happened before, and then it just wants to happen like today. Like today is the day that shit is gonna get fucked up. Here, cheers.
Actually,
cheers.
It's 420 today.
Yeah, happy 420. Do you smoke up? From time to time?
I actually prefer it over drinking.
I've had
I just like, I'm cursed with this like 50-year-old man body, and sometimes my joint hurts if I drink a lot.
Oh, yeah, dude, it's been happening to me. Like I don't get. It's from the drinks, right?
I don't know. It depends, because I feel like everybody is different, but I feel like I'm easily inflamed. Garima's gonna make fun of this.
No, it really happens to me. Like I'm sure it's either gonna be the alcohol or it's the food, man. Like you eat like shitty food,
Yeah,
like processed food,
that would do it.
monoculture food, like McDonald's drinks.
But you don't eat McDonald's, right? On a
I-
daily, on a daily.
No, I-
judging. McDonald's
no,
can be good.
No, I do not. But like from time to time, I like to like indulge,
Yeah.
and then you realize like within like couple seconds of taking the bite, you know it's a bad
Yeah.
idea.
But that's why you eat healthy. Because when you eat healthy and when you kind of like play around a little bit, you know that you don't want to do that often. Because your body knows right away that you shouldn't be eating that.
Man, I've been like taking like, okay, when I get on the treadmill,
Yeah.
my body actually hurts. But
Do you
I
run or just walk?
I run. I have a treadmill at home.
Mm-hmm.
The pain on all the joints, like I feel it, but I get through it. But it's like it's been eating into me. You know, I want to get rid of it. I want to like.
Yeah.
I don't want any pain while running. Like you
And
know.
not at our age.
Yeah.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm
25?
I just turned 31 on the 15th.
What?
Yeah.
Why do I always think you're like 18 when you were at GAA?
Nah, because I intern, right? Usually the interns
Yeah,
are
it's like
like
18.
young, just got out of college.
Well, then I have to call you P then. I am
Really?
30.
I used to call you PT. I thought I
Chai.
was like, cause your because your position in the
Yeah.
kitchen kind of, you know.
And that's something like in Thailand I don't really agree with. I don't.
Yeah.
People can just call me T. That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, and especially
Yeah.
in a restaurant, but it will correct itself. People will respect you when you earned it, and you earn it through your action.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter
Not
like
age.
what is your not age, not your position, not really, but it's just how you
Yeah.
work and how you work with other people.
Is-
And I love that about a restaurant.
Is that how it's like at GAA? Like, you know, seniority is kind of there, but like, you know.
Yeah, it's more because everyone can talk to everyone. You know,
Okay.
and I don't know if you got that feeling in your 1 week with us, but with Garima as well, I don't know if it's good or bad, but she's always there and reachable. And she's always there for us. So it never felt like you have to go through like 5 people.
Yeah, you got to go
before-
through 5 sous chefs and maybe
before things
a
get
manager, and then okay, Garima is like, okay, what is the problem?
Exactly. Like if she sees like some of us talk around, and then she would be like, okay, what's the issue now? You can just let me know, and then we can figure it out.
Yeah, man. My time at GAA is like Garima. She's always in the kitchen,
She's very hands-on. for
very
sure.
hands-on, like really first to arrive, last to leave, kind of like really
Yeah.
that kind of a leader that you really want in the kitchen. From my experience, okay, there are chefs like Garima, and then there are chefs who are never actually really there, who leaves the day-to-day running of the kitchen with the the next in command, the CDC and whatnot, and it can be like kind of like you feel really shitty, like you feel like your leader is not there, and you know, when your leader is there, it's different.
It feels different for sure.
It's different.
Yeah, but it always, I think it's always nice to have someone like the number 2, right? Who you can trust and can make a decision in your place.
Okay.
But then that person doesn't come often. You know, you don't. It
The
takes
number
a long,
2?
Yeah, the number 2. It takes a long time to get to that person, because it's not just about like cooking the food the
Okay.
way you want it to be, but I think when shit hits the fan, that person in a way has to make a decision in a way that you would, right? In a way that makes sense to you as well and the restaurant. So that person in a way becomes the restaurant as well.
Oh, that's a very eloquent way of putting it. Like,
It's-
who is the number 2 in GAA? Who's GAA right now?
I think it depends on the position, I guess.
Okay, in the kitchen.
In the kitchen, well, now the most senior people that we have is
it Manav?
Jibi and Manav. Yeah.
J who?
Jibi?
Oh, GB. Yeah, GB. Yeah, GB.
Chai.
Okay.
So it's them
Okay.
two who have been with us from like, I mean, Pijip has been there
almost from day one, like
even
7
beyond
years.
day one. Yeah, even beyond day one, because she and Garima like basically built the restaurant together with other people.
Did they
too,
meet
of
in
course.
Gagan or
Yeah,
something?
they met in Gagan.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh, they go way.
They go way back.
Way
Yeah,
back.
they go way back for sure. So
oh
yeah,
my god!
those two, I think they're the spirits, the culture
Yeah.
of the kitchen.
And like PGB is like one of the nicest human beings like in the kitchen, like because I've been in many kitchens. And like the higher you go, like you kind of have like an ego, and like you kind of you hold on to this power, and you can be kind of harsh on the your subordinates.
Yeah.
And like PGB is just like, I feel like wow,
She
she puts everyone is level on the same level plane, and she doesn't.
For sure.
Yeah, no.
She shows you that you don't have to be a nasty person.
Yeah, you don't have to be an ass.
Yeah, you don't have to be an ass. You don't have to throw a pan. You don't have to do any of that.
Exactly.
And people would do it.
Yeah, and people will somehow still respect you
For sure.
for that. Like, oh, we don't get enough of that. Like,
That's why I say it. I think it happens over time. The number two, it's not going to be like you hire them to be number two. I think the number two needs to prove themselves that, it happens over time.
yeah, because I feel you, because I just hired a chef called his name is Frank. He used to work at Le Cabanon and all that stuff. So he just got here, and I think he's still trying to earn the respect of my other chefs who are at the restaurant.
Are your staff mostly Thai in the kitchen?
My staff are mostly Myanmar.
But they're really hardworking.
They are the best.
I can only say the best things about.
I know, right?
Like, because
I know, right?
Also, we
Yeah.
have really, really amazing
Yeah,
Burmese
yeah,
friends at the restaurant.
right, and
Yes.
they rise through the ranks.
And they're so
quick.
smart,
They're smart, man.
hardworking.
Yeah.
So those are the exact words Garima would use to describe our Burmese friends in the kitchen or in front of house as well. We have Pita. I don't know if you met him. At the time, he was a runner, but now he's been in the kitchen.
Yeah.
He studied.
He's
He did a barista course, cocktail course. He can do anything. Like, he can do anything. We also have Pinoy, who's our dishwasher, who's been there beyond day one. Same.
Yeah, man.
And you would think like if you're not in hospitality or have worked in a restaurant, you don't even think about those jobs, right? Runners,
Yeah.
dishwashers. But there are ways, the right ways to do those jobs. You can't even imagine what ways it is, but there are like certain ways to do those jobs well.
Yeah, they do it really well, man.
Yeah.
They have this, I would call it the immigrant mentality.
Work hard.
You work hard, it's like back in the days in the States, like first generations Latinos and all that, like, cuz I was in the States, and like I feel the same, like there's a link, there is definitely the same kind of characteristics. They work so hard, and
you can't fail, or else you gotta go home.
Yeah, man,
just make it work.
Oh.
Yeah, in a way that, I'm sorry, but for Thai people, it's not the same.
For Thai people, man,
it's not the same.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate, right? That Thais, we have it so easy. We have it.
They come and they go, and you're no longer surprised if one day they just don't show up. But we have great Thai. We have great Thai
exactly,
friends at the restaurant.
exactly.
But then, like even for you, I'm sure it's no surprise when someone walk out. It's happened so many times.
I have a general. I hired one general manager. I won't name who, but like, so she came, and like the first day at the job, she already complained about her package, her pay package, whatever, blah blah blah. Anyways, I sorted that out, and she stayed for the entire month. And the moment we paid her salary, she was gone. And from what I've heard, she did that at the previous restaurant too. And Jesus Christ, like, where is your professionalism? Like, you could even give me like 3 days. I don't care. You give me 1 week, 3 days. You have to let your your bosses know that you're gonna piss off. You're gonna be gone.
But you have no idea. I mean, see, I have handled interns, right? Or like, if there's applicants for interview, and those things happen all the time where people just don't show up.
Don't show up for interviews.
Don't show up, or like come one day and then just gone. You kind of have accept that this is normal.
Yeah.
You're no longer like upset about it. You're like, okay.
Not with a less so with the Miamis. Like I have Miamis who came in and say like, there is not enough work here. I'm like, what? There is not enough work
this
here?
This is the situation now.
What?
We're looking for good people, and there are people who say there's no job. It's like, there's a missing link there.
Yeah, there's something off there, man. There's a disconnect for sure. Oof.
What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something about like people just like leave.
Somebody just leave. There's so many of them, right?
So many stories.
You're the general manager, so I'm the general manager of the restaurant too.
I'm the general bae. I just do everything. I don't at this point. I think one time I just told Guriva, like, if whatever it is I put on my resume, someone call you up to like to how do you say it when they call you as a reference, you would just have to say yes. If I put in like a unicorn, I put in like, I don't know, wife, you would just have to say yes, she did that. Because I feel like I have done pretty much almost everything in the restaurant.
Yeah, find us a new dishwasher. Like yes, and they are not easy to find.
A good one is not, but I think that's anywhere in a restaurant, because you realize that to be good is not just to be good, right? It's like good for you and good for the restaurant, and every restaurant is different. The way it's operated, the way you want it to be, it's entirely up to you, and it's different everywhere.
Like when I was in GAA, right? The most stark thing about GAA was that you guys take staff meal super serious. Oh my god, it's like the prep can be even more than the actual prep.
Yes.
But it's so rewarding. It's so nice.
It's incredible. You remember that
food.
PDR? And we used to fill up, so we had this long table, and then we would fill it up with like main appetizers, main course, dessert, drinks. It's
amazing. I guess that's also what I was gonna lead into about how you are able to retain your staffs. You have PGB is there for a long time, but like other staffs, like you must have there are things that allows them to stay in a job. Like they don't want to leave. There's something good about something rewarding, something
I think it's the people.
You guys have a big team.
Yeah, but it's cliche to say, but that's what it is. If the team is shit, then it's you look around and then you kind of like you have no supporters. The thing is, I think at GAA, their supporters and these supporters know the culture of the restaurant, right? So they keep this GAA culture alive, and then this is what I mean, like you don't need to say, oh, I am the sous chef. These people will stand out because of the way that they do things, and when there's an issue, these people would go to the supporters.
That's so
and
true,
so
man.
it kind of, you just have to make sure that there are those cultures in the restaurant, and then they will
smooth itself out. Like
it would smooth itself out.
Yeah.
They will, because in a way it's they stand up for the restaurant. At one point, your restaurant is bigger than you yourself, even.
Yeah.
So I think
the restaurant will be there when you're gone.
Yeah, and no matter what, no matter how good you are, you're never good enough for the job. You're never not good enough for the job, but I mean, like, no one is too good for the job.
Yeah.
And if you leave, the restaurant would still run.
Yeah.
Even without you.
When I was at GAA, right, I realized there is no. I don't know who there is no sous chef. Like there is PGB, there's Manaf, there's like Rahul, people who've been there. Like I know they're like the seniors, but they never say like, oh hey man, I'm the sous chef or like that kind of thing. So it's like, damn man, just such a unique way to run the brigade.
I think maybe for some people who needs kind of like a role to fill in. It might feel frustrated. I mean, I don't know. I've never worked in the kitchen. I feel like it. Maybe chefs are used to hierarchy, right, where it's clear who you are and stuff. But me being an outsider looking in, I don't even think that most of the time you need it because you show yourself and what you can do.
Yeah.
Because there's sometimes when there are people in high position, but then they don't perform.
Yeah, they don't perform or they underperform.
So no one's gonna. The respect is not there, and not because of this or that or this or that. You just don't perform, or you're not there for your people, so they're not gonna come to you when there's an issue.
Yeah.
I think in a restaurant, the performance is
everything,
just,
huh?
Yeah, it's everything.
It's everything.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna ask you, right? How was the change in location? How did it affect you guys as a whole? Like, cause back then, you guys were like, right? I mean that location was great. I think I have like I'm sentimental, right?
Me too.
And like that location was nice. I mean, it was opposite Gagan, but like okay, you know, at least you guys were really like getting into your own, you know, and then to suddenly close and then move to like a whole brand new location must have been like super disruptive on as a whole.
It happened during COVID. So actually everything happened when we had to shut for COVID. I think that was back in March 2020. Yeah. So we had that time and then we kind of realized, okay, we need a bigger space anyway. So let's start finding a new space for us to be. And then we just drove around the city. Because we had time. We had nothing but time. So that point on, we just drove. Garima husband was in town at the time. He helped us drove around, spotting places, and then we found this place, which is,
it's right next to Garima's apartment.
Garima moved into that apartment because the restaurant was there. And that okay, the real reason is that she has a dog.
Okay.
Alu, shout out to Alu.
I love Alu.
She has her dog.
Sweetest looking dog.
He's so sweet. And he was growing bigger and bigger. So at first she was living in Saladang. Okay. And then he got too big. So they don't allow big dogs anymore. So at the time.
Sucks.
Yeah. So when we found this location, I was like, there's that apartment right across the street. Maybe this is convenient. Maybe Alu is allowed there. So I just took him to the apartment. And they're like, fine. He's okay.
He's okay. Yeah.
So now
he's good.
So now her life is sorted.
We love dogs.
Yeah, we love dogs.
That's where I go for my parking too. Like that's where I park my cars when I go to here. I love the food at here. It's like can't get enough plaudits. I ordered the dao the other day.
It's so good.
Like I felt like I was like as if like digging into some comfort food. Like I almost felt Indian. You know, because I lived with Indians for like a year in Boston, and they eat into a lot of dal, a lot of naan, and like to eat a dal like that good in Bangkok is hard to find. I mean, I don't know. I just don't think many places does dal like that. Like if I go to Indus, I wouldn't get the dal. I would just get like some lamb. I don't know, lamb tandoori, butter chicken, the usual Indian fares, that's been around in Bangkok. It's like you go to New York, then Falang order some khao pat kapao. Okay, dal is like something deeper, man. It's like something, it's not your usual fares. Like you're going to like the east, maybe going to the Isan, maybe you order some lab or, something like that. Like
I think what's special about here is the fact that it's home flavors, and people who have eaten in Indian homes, or if you're Indian, you eat your mom's food or your grandma's food, you recognize that this is not a restaurant food, Even the way that
but done like exceptionally well.
Yeah, but the root of here cooking is just in bringing forward authentic. I don't want to say Indian cuisine because Indian cuisine is like Thai cuisine where it's just so vast,
so diverse.
So I would say like the cuisines of India, the many cuisines of India, but the core of it is just to bring forth the flavors that you cannot otherwise get in like a restaurant.
Yeah, it's like
the flavors is not
It's
heavy or it's punchy, but it's not
very the gunpowder. Like the gunpowder, the powder is so punch. It's so
It's
pungent.
really good.
The black salt,
Yeah.
you know the black salt. The black salt is
The
just
fart.
like
fart.
it's like the fart.
but when you put it in food, it's like no. It's like
chai,
It's so good.
chai. For real, it's like an acquired taste for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, the food is so good. And then GAA is like, just I went there once when Fred was still there.
Oh, you should come back.
Yeah, who's your new sommelier right now?
Oh my god. So
You went. I know. Okay, I'll let you explain this.
no, we have Maria now. She's from Russia, and
Okay.
she came to Bangkok. She came specifically to work for us. She came in December,
Okay.
mid-December. So she's relatively new, but
Okay.
this is one of the person that I feel like she has grown into the restaurant, but also the staff has warmed up to her as well. Where
Okay.
it's like I
Yeah.
said, it's like in a restaurant, it doesn't matter where you come from.
You guys are so
who you are.
diverse.
Yeah, and she has made her own space in the restaurant, and I love love that.
How is her humor? Because I know Russians to be like pretty ice cold, like a bit like vodka.
She has a
Poker
straight
poker
face, but then
face.
she's really funny and she's really dorky. So we she kind of changed our perception of Russians in a way. But yeah, because we just asked her so many stupid questions, man. But I think maybe she's used
About
to it.
Russia.
Yeah, about Russia and Russians.
Do you guys really drink vodka every night? Or like,
But she can drink so much.
yeah, with these Russians, like, I mean, okay, with Europeans in general, Eastern Europeans, they can really like down it, man.
And they grow up with it, I guess. I didn't drink until maybe I was
18?
18.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
late, man. That's
late,
super
yeah.
late.
Because my parents are also not big on drinking. So I never grew up. I didn't grow up thinking like, oh, I must be drinking
Right,
with
right.
the meal.
Yeah, I know. I was in Singapore, right? And then I was living with a guardian. I mean, she slipped me a glass of whole garden. And then, I never looked back, man. I just, the first time you had whole garden, it's like, this beer is the best beer ever, man. I mean, right? Because you just had like Sing Chang, they're all the same shit. And then you have whole garden. I mean, I've moved on from whole garden since then, but like,
I've moved on.
I've moved on. Yeah, I mean, there are like better beers now that I've discovered. Like, I haven't stopped at whole garden. But like, oh my god, the whole garden, like, it was so floral. It was like aromatic. And it just didn't taste like just like beer. Like it was so good, man.
But I think that feeling about eating or drinking something, and that moment now you remember, right?
Yeah, I remember.
It's like a really powerful moment. It doesn't matter what that thing is.
Yeah, it's.
But when now I think we all go to restaurants and chase after that feeling, or at least like
I know.
I do, where I want to,
I know. It's like a drug, huh?
Yeah, like you want to feel like, like you experience something new for.
Yeah. And it's hard, right? Because, man, to get that wow moment in a dish, it's not easy. Like it's not easy. It's not easy. Like because coming from a chef, I'm a chef, so like when I'm creating a menu, I try to go after that feeling. I'm like, where is the wow? What? คนไทย they're like ไม่ว้าวอ่ะอร่อยนะแต่ไม่ว้าว I'm like, what do you mean?
But
what
also,
do you actually
wow
mean?
for them, wow for each person is different.
I know.
And people think wow has to be complicated, but I don't think it is.
No.
It shouldn't be. It should just be delicious. You put it in your mouth, it is delicious.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how many hours you cook it for.
Yeah, doesn't. Yeah, I 100% agree with that.
To be delicious.
I 100% agree with that. Like, I mean, just our food is so simple. Like we just get the best ingredients and then we cook it, and just make the ingredients shine.
Man, that was a big feast.
Yeah, that you guys
put up for us.
You guys bought like 16 champagnes. I'm like, what are you doing?
That is Garima's drink of choice.
That is Garima's stash.
Yeah. Now she's like building her own like champagne stash. That's her
She loves champagne. She loves Prosecco, champagnes, or the
she
sparkling.
Loves sparkles. Yes.
Dude, she just brought sparkles. Like there was no white wine, there was no red wine. All she brought was sparkles. I mean, wow.
For her, like bubbles.
That was hers, huh?
Yeah. Before I left, she was just talking about that. She got a really good bottle, a new one, and she's so excited.
From Maria?
No, I think she has a friend who has a really
like a champagne.
A champagne from I think year 2000.
They must have. I mean, sorry. They must have. You know Joe, right? You know, obviously. So they must have went along pretty well, actually, because Joe is like a fanatic. He loves champagne like it's his drug. So imagine, I don't know, him and Garima would have, talk a lot about champagne when
sure
he
they
was.
had a discussion about champagne for sure.
Yeah, they must have. And then, okay, let's see where we go to now. You were close with Lily, right? Obviously.
Lily is special.
Lily is special.
She's been around at the restaurant so much so that our staff, because anyone who walks in, we kind of also keep notes who they are and also a little bit of description. So when we can kind of build this regular, profiling of the guests. Even though here is like a casual restaurant, we try to remember our regulars. And Lily, the staff put in all day Lily. Because she would spend like the entire day at here. Like even she knows this. This is like what our staff call, all day Lily is here.
She would hang out.
She would hang out in the restaurant. But she would be doing her things, She wouldn't be like walking or anything. She would just be on her computer. Working. But she'd be there all day and then like eventually she cracks into a bottle and then have dinner.
Oh man, I wish she did that in my place too.
Has she said yes to this?
Oh yes. Yeah? Yes, she is coming next week actually.
Okay, I wanted to ask you, so how did this idea came about?
Okay, so I watch a lot of podcasts, usually by like more famous people, like in the States, like Joe Rogan. I don't know if you know Joe Rogan. He's the
Garima loves Joe Rogan.
Yeah, he's the Fear Factor guy, and like he's such a character. Like he talks so straight, so eloquently. I mean, he is a comedian by nature, so the way he talks to people is just like, dude, how do you get so good at talking? Like, what do you do? What kind of sorcery did you learn? Like, how do you get there?
I think to be good at this, you have to be curious, I guess, right? Because in the end, it's about that person that you're talking to.
Yeah,
the base is just like you just can't know enough about something or someone.
But he's also like very well informed, like on any topic. So if let's say if he invites someone to talk about COVID, man, he is like almost at that doctor level. He talks like a doctor, man. I just love the guy to bits, and I listen to almost all of his podcasts just because I love it so much. Like
I loves him as well, because I think this climate, there's this culture of like you have to say the right thing, but then there's not much this culture anymore just to like foster you having an opinion, right? Having a different opinion.
Your different opinion is not cool, man. Like it's like cancel the cancel culture.
Cancel culture, exactly.
Yeah.
By this point, we would be canceling every fucking body.
Yeah.
Like if we just, condemned.
Okay, but some things are worth canceling. Like Will Smith, I think he was worth canceling. I think he was out of line, and I thought like, okay, he should be stripped off of his awards. I 100% agree with that.
I didn't follow that incident, but then I knew about what happened afterwards when the Oscars came out and then say like, okay, you cannot attend, but you could still win things. Right? Like he can still get awards.
Yeah, that's fine. What do you think? Are you on Chris Rock's side or are you on Will Smith's side?
I don't know. With this one, because I am a very emotional person, and if I love someone, I can totally see myself doing the exact same thing.
Really? Because you will walk up to the stage?
Not in that same situation.
At the Oscars. at the Asia's top 50.
Oh God.
Like just
But I don't know how to say it in English. Like hot tempered is not it. It's just หัวร้อน if I feel very passionate about something, or I really like, if I'm in that mode where it's like protect someone, I don't know. I can't judge him for it. Because in that moment when you love someone, it's. But yeah, it's. Yeah, I don't know.
Give me one sec. This thing killing me right now. I have to fix it.
This thing keeps falling.
You can adjust
it.
Yeah. Supposed to be good. This thing shuts off every 13 minutes, so only a couple more times. And yeah, man, with the restaurant, right, it's so weird for me right now because I've been open for 1 year, so I've only gone through one low season, and now I'm in the middle of like another low season. Like I feel it's like relatively slow right now. Like I'm just wondering how it is like, you know, maybe pre-COVID, you know, when you get like tourists back and like, you know, post-COVID and like, man, it's just.
I mean, I feel like we're not at the capacity that we could be at, but it has been way worse. We opened with COVID basically, right? And when we first opened, any openings in the city, you get guests. But we only had that maybe like a couple months window, and then we got into another lockdown, if you remember.
Yeah, that's
like the first lockdown was when we built the restaurant.
Okay.
And then we opened the restaurant, could open for like 2 months, and then another fucking lockdown.
That was like last April, May, June, right?
Yeah, and then that was, man, it's so sad to see a restaurant like that.
To open,
close, open, close, open, close. But then we kept all our staff. So
that's great. Like,
but the hardest part was just to keep all of us motivated, right? In a restaurant, when it's busy, you don't have to tell people what to do, and you don't have to really do anything much. But when it's quiet, when it's not busy, you have to keep everyone engaged somehow. Because like a restaurant people, you don't want to be bored. You're used to being busy and having things to do. So that bit was hard.
That's challenging.
Yeah.
I know at one point you guys did the health plan, man, which was like out of the blue, but it's something, you know, you got to keep going. You just got to keep going, you know?
I feel like this is like, I don't know, we have changed like 10 versions of ourselves in the past like 2-3 years of this, and that was just something that was born out of Garima, basically, where she started working out, eating better, and she wanted to do that. We just see an importance in nutrition, but also nutrition that is not just, okay, you want to lose weight, here you go. We customize it to the point where it's like not just your allergies, but how many calories you want to eat in a day,
and tasty,
how many grams of protein, and make it as tasty as possible.
Man.
It was we had to do what we
I know. I really want to do pop-ups right now, just because it's feeling so slow for me right now. Like, you know, the high season was super good, right? It was super high. Like I think September to March was like, whoa, was like unreal. Unreal. And then there's like a dip right now, and for a new restaurateur or like someone who's just opened a restaurant for a year, man, it can be like pretty disheartening. Like it feels, wow, just like, so today we got like 15 guests in, and it's like, oh, who is like,
usually how many covers
usually we get about we do about 30.
Okay.
About 30. So today is kind of like slow, and then like some days you're just like, man, I don't want to keep up, you know, I just want to like forget about it.
But it's the seasons of things. Like people will come, and the thing is like, I mean, I don't want to shit on the locals, but locals are very fickle. Where now there's so many openings, restaurants,
new
cafes, all that. People have to go through their lists first. And that list can be as long as, I don't know, 50 places, 20, 30 places. And
talking about new place, huh?
It's so many people. It's so many people opening restaurants.
Talking about restaurants, the Toy Ting and Preeti is so happy for her, man. Man, she does the best bread like in town.
That
like
is the best bread.
They really do. Like I'm not
And
not
the
kissing her
coffee.
ass. I'm not kissing. I've never had a coffee though.
The coffee is also bomb. It goes hand in hand. I feel
She does her own coffee. Like as in,
no, I think
does she get
it's
someone in?
And
Firm.
they from Hands and Hearts.
Hands and Hearts. Okay, from H Dining still.
Chai.
Oh,
yeah,
so they're still helping out.
Yes. They're still working together on this. So when you know if he's in it, then you know it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
And this is like you just want your everyday coffee to be good, and that coffee is really really good, and the food is good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gotta be there. I ordered like the whole sourdough, and my restaurants we use H Dining sourdough. Yeah, because it's basically almost the same thing, but we just get it from H Dining, and it's like so good. And they're opening a new wine bar, H Dining in the back.
But Thai Thing and P Firm is not involved in H Dining anymore, no?
Oh, I'm not sure about P.
Yeah, I think maybe it's a new.
P. Oh, I'm talking about P Mew.
Yeah, I think they're
still the owners.
Yeah.
But P Firm is.
P Firm.
He's the coffee guy.
Chai, he's the coffee guy.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I always thought that P Mew was the coffee guy. He's the
P
owner.
Firm is the coffee guy.
Oh, never met him. That would be interesting. Oh, okay. So he left H Dining and now he's with.
Yes, I think both of them, and then now they have Pretty, which is like so beautiful. I really love. Go there early morning.
Packed.
Yeah, but go there early morning weekday. The playlist that he puts on is also so good. I just love music.
Okay.
And at our restaurant at here, we just go above and beyond with our playlist because we're so lucky. So I just want to give a shout out to him because it's so important music. So we work with Sanju, who he's a DJ, but he's also a producer.
Okay.
But then for us, he create music playlists for us for both GAA and here. And for here, the way we do it is that each time of the day it gets different playlists. So the mood change, it gets more and more funky throughout the day.
I was at here at 10 a.m. No, maybe 10, 11 before noon. My God, the music was like it was super eclectic.
It is. Yes.
I mean, oh my God, I mean it was really nice. Like, but it was like. I wasn't used to it, I was used to like the normal same music you get anywhere. But it was like as if I was in like not a yoga class. Like I was like as if I was in like
meditative.
Very meditative.
Yeah, in the morning the playlist is like that. But then if you go at night, like at 9 p.m., then it's like
really
old school, funky. There's like old Indian music and stuff.
I have to go at night.
You have to go at night.
No wonder Lily hangs there all day.
She's all day. She knows all the playlists.
Yeah,
She's there all day. Yeah, I music is so important as a part of a dining experience.
Yeah, we are trying to get the music there. We still play off like Spotify. But I like, maybe I like somebody to come in and like, really just fucking like just take charge, just knuckle down and just like, okay, we're gonna be really serious about music and like this is gonna change the dining experience.
If you really want it, I can pass on his contact. I'm sure he would.
Oh my God, we're gonna be here 2.0.
No. That's how good he is.
Right.
Because it didn't just start from him walking in. It's like, okay, I think you need this and this. It was a very collaborative process to do that. I come in with my taste of what I like. Garima also chip in as well what she likes and what she doesn't want. She chip in with what she doesn't want.
Okay.
But then he will take the brief with the food, the environment, and everything, and then he would make the playlist according to that. So he doesn't actually tell us what he wants us to do. He just feel the vibe.
Oh my God.
And that's just how good I don't know when we lucked out.
Sanju
Hargan. And he's actually...
Yeah, he's a DJ.
He's a DJ.
I know him.
He's Nick's brother. Naturalista.
Really?
Yes.
Sanju Hargan?
Yes.
Dude, Sanju Hargan, I used to listen to his sets at the Glow. I mean, he's like kind of like house techno-ish kind of vibe.
I think he's a very versatile. I can see, he has such a vast knowledge of music. That's why I say it's like he's not going to tell you what you need to do. He's just going to feel out what you want and who you are. And the best part for me was like when we started out, I didn't know our music identity. There was none. We didn't have any.
Right.
So we explore as we go, and each playlist you get to know yourself better and better, and that's the exciting part. By like playlist 3, then you kind of like, okay, I understand now. Even I want to hear this kind of music, or I don't want certain things. You learn along the way. This is, I feel like with him, it's a great opportunity for you to build your music identity if that's what you want. I think he's someone who's perfect for that.
You could also, I mean, this is for a restaurant, but you could also like kind of like find yourself through music. Like, I mean, he could come in and like, hey man, can you like just send me a playlist, you know, like something that I don't know if I want to listen to, or I would or I wouldn't, but like he could, I feel as if like he's finding people through music, and you are like connecting with him in some very ethereal way, like,
because
you know.
Because I love music.
What kind of music do you listen to?
I listen to everything.
Everything, right?
When the brief that I gave to him was, because the thing is, it's hard to define what GAA or here food, you know, like what it needs.
Right.
And why Garima chipping in and what she doesn't want is the Indian music where it screams Indian, right?
Right.
Because you don't want people to walk into a restaurant and already assume what you are. The music will help people assume to what you are, and that's not what I want people, you know, to have that kind of experience. I want people to sit, have the food, and then the music kind of is another layer to the identity. Wow. If we play Indian music,
that's next level.
People would only think, you know,
you're
they
serving
come in,
Indian music.
Curries, naans, you know, just traditional, and there's nothing wrong with that food. It's just not the whole package of what we offer at here. So
yeah, my God, I can't believe you guys went to get Sanju Hagen to do your playlist. That is something which is like really next level shit.
We asked Nick for, you know, I asked him like if he knows people, and he's like, you know what, actually my brother. And I didn't know what to expect, because we've never worked with anyone.
I know Sanju Hagen. I know he's a big name in the underground scene.
I can totally understand why. He's such a nice guy, so good to work with.
Oh my God.
If you want to get into that, for sure, with him, so much fun.
How are you feeling?
I was like, actually before I left, I was like, I'm gonna babble, man.
Nah, you're good, man. You're good. I'm pretty new at this too, so I'm trying to find my feet, like, you know, getting my feet wet. Like, I'm trying to get guests on.
But your lineup is pretty diverse, right?
Yeah, I try.
I saw your episode 1 and he looked really familiar. Is it his name?
Kenny. Kenny, yeah, you know Kenny?
So he gave us advice about our sound system.
Yeah,
when we're gonna open, we
he's the guy.
Yeah, so I was like, he looks really. I was watching the video. I was like, oh my God, this guy looks so familiar. Who is he? And then I was like, oh, that is the guy I asked advice for speakers.
He does all the sound system for like, he does like studio for like Grammy and like.
So he does this studio for you?
Yes.
I see. So that makes sense.
Yes, he's like.
And he's so just fast. I remember he just was really, really fast.
He's like, get this. All top of the line, through Pass, my wife. So she knows his wife, P Wawa. Yeah. So through that, you know, I was like, Kenny, I want a podcast studio. He's like, oh, it's so cool. I'm so into it. It's his first time, you know, and I couldn't do this by myself. Like, there is.
That's
no
great
way.
to have like support like that.
There is no way. You know Kenny. Oh my God.
I mean, I can't say I know him because we only like, you know, talk briefly because of when we were building the restaurant. But then I saw him, I was like, I have seen this guy before.
So, so he you guys just consulted with Kenny, but he didn't do the sound system.
Because at the time I didn't know anything, who to contact, so I could basically contact everybody, and he just gave us advice.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy, like funny guy. So, oh my God, can't believe it. That's hilarious.
Are you gonna have? I don't know. I feel like every podcast have like a cover, like a logo.
Yeah,
I'm
working. Yeah, I'm getting an artist to do it for me. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. Like, it's gonna be really. I don't know. You have to see it for yourself.
But is this also on Spotify or?
No, it's just on YouTube, right now. Just
Okay.
YouTube right now. So,
Okay.
just tell your friends.
I
Watch
will.
my episode.
But this is kind of, it's a podcast is so nice and it makes sense because I think mainly your lineup is hospitality people,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And there's none basically. There's no
Yeah.
podcasts
Yeah.
that because you're in the industry as well. So
Right.
this is like a new.
Yeah, it's a
new
really
path.
new path.
Yeah, that there's no one on it. It's just you.
Yeah, it's just us, and I mean, it's only natural for me to get my hospitality friends, like, cause Joe Rogan, he's a comedian. He gets a lot of comedian friends, a lot of mixed martial art friends on, and I think it's just nice, like the other week I just got Dustin on, and I haven't met him for like
I
a
love
long
his
time,
coffee.
and like we just caught up. Yeah, he did coffee for cut cocoa.
Yeah.
As well, the new cut cocoa is like right here.
31, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, he's going places, man, and like I have a friend who's looking for cocoa, fresh cocoa. I'm like,
Him.
Dustin, this is
And I love that his coffee quality is always consistent.
right.
It's always good. And that sometimes when you're a roaster, sometimes it's not always consistent, And with him, I feel like every time, it's just so good.
Yeah, for me, it's him. There's so many coffee places, right? But
So many.
but
Yes.
there's only a few you go to. So
Yeah.
I go to Dustin, I go to Caro, I go to Paga. Who else? Yeah, maybe Holy, not really. Holy, I'm more for their pastry.
Yeah, the coffee is really, really strong. Holy.
Yeah, people need to get caffeinated up at Holy.
Has to cut the butter. This is all the butter. But I love Ceresia. So around
Ceresia?
It's
Never
right
heard of
opposite from Fuji supermarket.
Okay,
It's-
there's a couple of Fujis.
Yeah, next to M Quartier.
Next
That
M
one.
Quartier.
So it's like a little coffee shop, but Kun Bread, he just, again.
What? Opposite Fuji,
Chai,
near to M
chai,
Quartier?
chai. You might miss it because it
Yeah.
looks มันห้องแถว and then it's like just
It's by the
glass.
parking lot, right?
Chai. And it's just solid filter coffee, just solid coffee.
I'm
frills.
I'm going there tomorrow.
Yeah, no frills,
I'm going there tomorrow.
No bullshit. They have little pastry case that you can like eat with your coffee as well. But the coffee and they change the coffee beans often for the filter. So every time you go in,
You get-
100% you're gonna get to try new beans.
Oh.
Really, really good. Another place is Cafe Olives, but they offer only one bean, and I think it's by this like father and son from the north of Thailand. And again, a solid cup of coffee.
Cafe Olives.
Cafe Olives.
Sounds like
Yeah.
a Italian restaurant, but
Chai
ใช่ไหม
tea, the one where everyone always go and take picture of.
El Oliva?
Chai, next to it. So that little coffee shop.
Oh my god,
But
there's
I-
so many great places I
Yeah, so
haven't
many
been.
great place. And I mean, I actually I don't blame people because like when you see people just go there for taking pictures, you kind of like, oh, do I want to go there, right? But
Yeah.
the food is good
Okay,
and the coffee is awesome. Yeah,
it's good, man.
so many places. But I always end up going to the same places. You know what?
Yeah, that's like human habit, I think.
Yeah, I like to stick to where I like. So like
Yeah.
nothing can go wrong here.
Right.
And yeah.
That's the same with how I consume food. Like a lot of the time I want to try new restaurants, but like
Where do you go?
It's always the same shit.
Where
like
do you go? Like where do you usually go to?
I go to,
what are your spots?
I go to Mitsumori, near Aso. Best soba, like the best homemade Japanese food
Mitsumori.
ever. Mitsumori of Tokyo.
Okay, I've always heard of that place, and I have yet to go. Me yakitori, they have yakitori. Like
okay,
on
but
rice and
yakitori
stuff.
is like it's okay, but like
But the
soba is good. The shokoji pork chop is so good,
Okay.
and they have this like chicken nabe, hot pot of chicken.
Oh my god, that sounds so good.
Man, I don't know. The snowfish is good. It's just for like easy home cooked food, and the price is like, oh my god, like 500 baht per person. So for me, like, I'm big on the price to quality ratio, right? So this place is like, it's maxed out on the PPR. Like the quality ratio is
I
off
love
the.
when they surprise you with the quality, and then the price is like doesn't break your bank.
Yeah.
That's Sustaina for me. Have you been?
What?
It's called Sustaina. It's a Japanese restaurant, like very homely, next to M Quartier. You know where
Next to M
Sarni's
Quartier.
pop-up is right now?
Oh, yes.
Right next to it. It is a grocery
Like
store.
next-
Right next to the pop-up, the Sarni's
What's it
pop-up.
called?
Sustaina.
Sustaina.
I give you all these names later.
Yeah,
But
it's good.
It's like a homely Japanese restaurant. Downstairs, it's grocery, so you can get vegetable, fresh eggs. They have a farm. I think in Parkanong or something.
Oh my
And then you
God.
walk upstairs and you can get
Is it-
Fuji.
Is it
Lunch
like
set and
oh
stuff. Yeah, but they
ah,
open until I think last order is like 8 p.m.
okay,
So good,
so good.
so good.
Sustina, okay, I remember
Comforting.
that. Behind there is Dong Dong as well, like super cheap okonomiyaki.
Dong Dong.
Dong Dong, yeah.
D-O-N.
D-O-N, yeah. It's
If you walk further inside.
yeah, you walk further
Okay.
inside and then you make a left turn. It's like,
Oh, this is fun. We find out new places from each other.
I know. It's like that, and then the best teppanyaki, like not Benihana kind of teppanyaki, I go is Serena.
Serena.
Oh, it's like near to Taniya, right? And it's like the best, man. It's almost as if you are in Tokyo and you're having a teppanyaki
I'm gonna
meal.
write all these down.
Yeah,
after
you need to
Yes.
ask me like lang mai or something.
Okay.
It's
Because
it's so good.
the last place that I go to with like kind of grilling situation was Gen. in
Yeah, Gen.
Ekamai.
How do you
And
like
that's-
Gen?
That's really nice, and the price to quality ratio is not bad, right? It's
Right.
like easy. It's easy.
Yeah, Gen is nice, but Gen I'm still on the fence
Yeah?
about it. Yeah, it's great, but maybe I've ordered the wrong stuff. Who knows, right? But with Gen, there is also Abuli Ishida.
Okay, that
That's
one's on
the
my
best.
list. That one is on my list.
You haven't been?
No, I haven't been. It's like, ugh.
No, it's
Please
so
show,
it's
please
so
show the
good.
viewer your face. Like, ugh.
It's so good. Like the chicken yakitori at
Is that the
Abu-
one where it's like not
medium
it's
rare.
raw,
Or they
right?
do the
Yeah.
sashimi with the liver sashimi. It's the best, man. It's the
Okay.
best in town. It's so hard to book a table. Like I usually get tables. It's so close to my home, but we get tables at like 8:30, 9 p.m. Before that, it's always booked up. Always.
Wow. Okay.
Always. It's like the address. You guys, I mean the whole GAA team should just go Abuli Ishida just for a meal.
Okay.
It's so good. And it gets loud inside, like beers is cheap, everything is good.
Okay. That I move that up my list.
Make it next.
Everyone really, really talks about this place, but I just
It's so good. It's
Okay.
it
All
really
right.
it really is one of my go-tos. And the pasta there is good.
somehow Japanese people make really good pasta.
Yeah, it's in
What is it? Like
it's in their DNA to
yeah,
cook good food.
It's the same thing with like Kenji's Lab. And they make like really the pasta is
Kenji's
really,
Lab is so good
yeah,
too.
the ramen is awesome. The pasta is also really good. I really like it there. Yeah, I enjoy it.
I'm glad we live in Sukhumvit. I live in Sukhumvit. Like just so many good Japanese
So
food.
many, yeah,
and
really.
and all cheap, man. That's the thing.
You
That's
would
the
think
thing.
you would think it's expensive, right?
Yeah,
but,
that's
but
the
not
thing.
really.
That's the thing. Like I don't know. I think Japanese they have a culture of eating out every day.
And also like drinking as well.
And drinking. So restaurants have to make it kind of within the range. Like
True, like
like
you
everyday food. That kind of thing. So it's
And still encourage people to drink. Like
And
the
drink.
food can't be too expensive, or else people don't like drink
Yeah.
a lot.
my God. What a
I feel
neighborhood
so
I live in.
lucky. I feel so lucky to be living in Bangkok right now. I mean, I used to live in New York, and the thing is like when you're in New York,
New
you
York
think
is nice.
yeah, but you think that's the whole world, but it's not true. I mean, New York is amazing. I miss it, but then there's a time in my life where it's like, my God, if I don't live here anymore, what's gonna happen to my life?
Yeah,
But
it's like
then-
the world, right?
Yeah,
Right?
it's the world. It's like it feels like that, but then actually it's not. I think we're in a good place to be in Asia right now, where, I mean, in the midst of COVID,
Yeah.
I feel like we still could eat pretty good.
Yeah, we function. We still
Yeah.
function. Not like China. China is fucked. China is in like not even a semi lockdown. I think they're under like full lockdown.
Really?
Yeah, cities
I
like
haven't-
Shanghai, I think is gone, man. It's gone. I don't know why. They should be good at it, right? They were the first to get it. So naturally you think, okay, they must have gotten the handle pretty fast, like faster than the rest of the world, but
you don't know what's
but
going on there.
no, communism and COVID, they don't mix, man. They're weird.
But then again, whatever they put out into the world, you don't know if that's the version that, you know, like no one could know what's going on there.
Right.
Technically, it's
it could be like one special strain, right?
Yeah, it could be anything.
But we are lucky in Thailand. We always get the weakest.
Have you got it?
Well, no, not yet.
Not yet.
No. Have you?
Yes.
Okay, you.
I feel like it's good to get it over with. So
right?
Yeah, it's.
Now you're immune. You got your jabs.
For a bit, yeah.
You got your jabs.
2 jabs.
Yeah, you got your 2 jabs. Was it Moderna?
I got Astra.
As two jabs of Astra,
And then that's it.
and then
I
one
didn't
bout of
boost.
COVID. You're good.
I hope
For
so.
the next couple of months.
I hope so.
Yeah, I'm thinking of getting my 4th jab, but like, man, the side effects you don't know.
Yeah, but also it's like what it has shown.
4 jabs.
And you get jabs and then you would still have to get it. I think by this point, and rather get it now when the strain is kind of like
the weak one, right? The good, the weak
strain.
the weak.
Yeah.
Really.
Like, I think I remember the first shot of vaccine that I got is way worse than when I got COVID. Actually, for me, but I can't say for everybody because I take good care of my health. So I only had like high fever the first couple of days. And then after that, it's...
Do you lose your sense of taste or anything
only
like
the
that?
last day when I recover already. The first day I felt normal in my life, and then I couldn't taste, I couldn't smell. I smelled like my coffee canister, and I couldn't smell anything.
You were negative, though.
No. At that time, it was still positive,
Still?
but I had no other symptoms anymore. No fever.
Nothing.
Just nothing. Felt like a normal human being. And then I lost my taste and my smell.
How long was that?
Just one day. Just that one day.
Just that one day. That's
wanted
nothing.
to cry. Yeah, I know, but I wanted to cry. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Food without taste.
It's like
and
sandpaper.
smell. Yeah, you're just like, what am I
sandpaper.
even eating? It doesn't
You're
even matter what I'm
chewing
eating.
paper.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you were eating. So that, I was so happy when the next day I smelled the coffee again and I could smell it.
You could smell the caramel,
Yeah,
you know, the
coffee.
rose. Yeah, smell the coffee basically, and wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing with COVID is like I have a kid, right, and like it's like high risk. Like there've been like 30 toddlers who's dead from COVID. So I'm like I have my guards on and like I try to be extra careful and just not pass it on to her.
But how's it been to be a father?
Unreal, like super busy, man.
Yeah, give the real. Not like, oh my God, it's been amazing. I'm sure there's many sleepless
I'm real.
nights.
Like it's like I go to a kitchen and my house is also another kitchen. Like it's like you have to always be on guard, right? You have to, when you're watching over her, you're really watching over her. Like you, like as if you're watching a pot, so it won't overboil or anything. You're watching it, man, because she could die. She could just fall off the stairs or who knows, right? So you are like you're on like hyper alert. You're on like on a watch, man. It's unreal. It's almost like it's that, but it's also really gratifying in the sense that when she's really happy and I'm with her, it's nice. I can't wait for her to grow up. Like I just want to hang out with her, like she's like another friend. I don't want to be like those old generation of parents where like don't do this, don't do that, don't. No, you should do whatever you want, and then we're just guiding you through it, and that's the beautiful thing. Can't wait to shape her in a way, but not really shape her, but kind of like see how she gets through life. I think that's the fun part.
Yeah, I think that's like really
that's the
exciting.
fun part.
Yeah, that's really exciting to be. I think a parent in this time, because not that I don't want to use the word better, because you're like our parents did the best that they could, right? But
Exactly.
the time has changed,
Right.
And but when you raise, like, I don't know, it must feel so good to raise a well-adjusting and well-adjusting kid.
Yeah, you want to be really proud of her. Like she's a project. I mean, in a sense, she's a person, but she's also a project, like a life long-term project that I'm embarking on with my wife. And and that's not easy still. It's
no,
like
I don't think it's supposed to, because you care. I think when you care about something, it's never easy, you know, because things could always like be better, right? Like when you care about something,
right,
you always always
You
room
can-
to do
room for
better. Yeah,
improvements.
exactly, because you care, and that's, as a parent, I'm not a parent, but I imagine that's all you can do.
Yeah.
Just care a lot about anything.
a
Just give a
lot.
fuck. Just give a fuck about things.
For real, like, oh my god, it really hits home, It's like, it's been hard, like really, like not easy.
I'm sure. Yeah, and with the restaurant, I mean, you basically have how many guys you have with you in the restaurant? That's your kids too, I guess, in a way.
In a way, in a way.
Yeah, in a way.
I'd have to watch over them, but like, kind of.
Kind of.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers to that.
So what's the plan after this tonight? Taking care of her?
I think she's asleep. I think my wife just put her to sleep.
Do you have a nanny?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
A really good one. Like, thank God. Like,
That's
she's.
hard to more than restaurant workers.
Yeah.
You need a good nanny.
I pay her. Okay, not more than my sous chef, but but close in the ballpark. She's in the ballpark.
If
Like,
it's worth it, then you do it, because that's
because when
that's
she came,
someone who's gonna be there for you.
right, when she came in, she knew everything. We don't have to teach her from scratch or anything. She just like, the job was just like gloves, and she just fit it right in.
Nice.
She just fit right in.
Does your wife work now too? She works.
Yes,
as
she's
well?
like kind of like the manager of the restaurant. So yeah, she does that, like the back end stuff, So
I see.
all right, PT, that was nice. It was lovely
Thank you so
to
much for
speak
having
to you.
me. Yes.
Oh my God, let's do this again soon.
Yes.
I have to see you at here. It's been a while since
Next
I've been to
time we
here.
have an event, come.
Yeah.
It's always fun, and the things that we're trying to do now, we want to bring home cooks from India.
Yeah, I've seen that.
yeah.
I've seen that.
So with Marina, she actually used to be our intern at GAA, back at the old location.
Okay.
She came to intern, and we have tasted her food through her because of our extravagant staff meal.
Okay. Yes.
So we know that we love her food. During the pandemic, she also launched her own vegetarian cuisine, like vegetarian Indian cuisine as well. From the cuisine that she do is South Indian.
South Indian,
from
okay.
Kerala. So
okay.
that's
Fish
her
curry.
specialty. Yeah,
or-
that's her specialty. So we're bringing her to do that. Sold out already, the event.
It's
I'm
amazing.
so happy.
I'm so
And then the next one, we're gonna continue on this path, I think, to bring more home cooks from India, to get people to experience like an authentic experience of regional Indian cuisines.
Yeah, instead of doing like, I wouldn't say random pops up.
Yeah.
Let's say if you do it with Ledu, fine. But if you do it with someone who's like actually coming from India, who's actually like,
That's their turf. Like that's their specialty. Let them
Who's
take
re-
the stage. We're just the
Yeah.
vessel, that because this
Exactly.
she's taking over completely.
right,
We're
right,
not doing our food. We're not.
right.
We're not.
It's not a forehand dinner
It is
or
not.
anything
It
like
is
that.
not. She will take over completely. The restaurant becomes her. Like she wants this bowl. She wants a plate in this way. We're gonna do exactly like that.
Damn.
Yeah.
I wish there's still seats, but if you have any cancellations, like
I will
let
let
me
you
know.
know. But it will happen more for sure. Like with this one, we know. I think we're on the right path with events like this. So next time.
Yeah, you're on the right track for sure. Like with the past, the previous one was
Which
who was it?
Gang?
Was that?
That's like a month ago. Which Gang?
Yeah.
But that one, it was a collab because
That was dope too, man.
that was so much fun. Oh my god, I love
like
Cham
two
Gang.
like curries, Thai curry and
Yeah,
Indian curry,
Indian.
like a mashup. Ah.
It felt really seamless, actually.
Yeah, right.
It didn't feel like we're it's
Right.
It's just seamless because the two
Right.
cultures. I mean, there's Thai curries that were inspired by the Indian curry. It's just it felt like
Damn.
a match.
Match made in heaven.
Yeah, and it was really fun. Chef Jai is so nice. He just like in the kitchen eating the appam and just like smiling. I love when people would like do things with a smile, you know?
Yeah.
That's
yeah, it's just he's just really passionate about what he does, and damn, I wish we can get more pop-ups like at Asok. I think it would be nice. I think it's the right step.
You go off based on who you have good energy, like who you feel good energy from. That's where we always start off with when we think of pop-ups, and then everything comes after that.
Right.
You have to like the person. I think that is because you're gonna work with them. So that is how we always start off with that. Who we want to work with, who we like their energy. Yeah, then we go there. Yeah.
It's good, and that's good advice for me for sure.
Have fun.
Yeah.
I just went to Samrap Thai.
When was that?
That was on Monday.
Did you had was it the barbin and the
No, I think this is the menu after that.
Oh, they changed.
They changed already. Chef Bryn changed. He said like every single month. Basically.
Yeah, he does. He's crazy, right?
But that was the first time I ever have his food because I never ate at Nam when he was there either.
How was that?
Oh wow, man!
So good, right?
So good. His
dessert is off the charts.
And I love desserts, and I love when desserts are just as good as the savories. But it's just like his way of cooking is so delicate. But of course, there's no shortage of flavors, right? But it's so delicate, and I had such a good time there.
I know, and once you go there, you want to go back.
Exactly,
like
I can see how
the month after the next menu.
Yes,
right.
But it's so hard to get a table, isn't it?
You have to. Hey man, you can work your magic.
I will work my magic for next
pull
menu.
the strings.
I will work my magic for sure. I would definitely want to go back. Such an amazing meal.
Did someone book it for you, or was it?
This one, I don't know. You remember? Have you ever met Wan? She's now at Akson. Wan at Akson or Pe from Akson.
No, but are they like in the kitchen or?
Yeah, they're in the kitchen.
Okay, no.
And they were trying to fill up for 16 people.
Oh, right.
So we used to work together at GAA, and then she's like, "Do you want to go? We need to fill in."
Hell
like
yeah!
4 seats. Like,
is it your day off? Is it your day off?
It wasn't. It was my work day, and I was like, it will be there no matter fucking what. I will have to finish my work at 6, and I will be there.
And commute to Jalan Kru.
I don't give a fuck. I want to eat this. It was so good. Wow.
Oh man.
When you have Thai food that is like that,
I know.
It's so amazing.
Yeah, it's something different for real. Like you thought you know, right?
Yeah.
And then you have this, and you're like, okay, maybe I don't know shit.
And the way that I think Thai food is all about balance, and that's
He's got it right.
He got it. I think that's a testament to a good.
It's got the touch.
Chef. Yeah, he's got that touch, for sure.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, PT, thank you so much for coming. We got like a really nice episode.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.